everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the book A Well-Behaved Woman by Therese Anne Fowler. And this story is in the 1800s and it focuses on the life of Alva Smith, who marries into the Vanderbilt family. And she needed to marry in to get money because her mother had died and her father could not work. But she does know a lot of the quote-unquote right people in society, and the Vanderbilts at this time were not a prominent family. So they were getting married to Alva Smith. William Vanderbilt was able to get into the quote-unquote right society and get his name to where it was and where it became. And this book was a really interesting look at the golden age of America and how there were a lot of changes. And Alva Vanderbilt, really helped bring about some of those changes. And there's also kind of a love story in there, which I don't want to give too much away. And she did a lot that was really, I guess, more controversial for her time. She was a big tabloid sensation. For example, there is an affair, and she does something like a romantic affair, and she does something that shocks everyone. I'm not going to tell what it is, but in those days, women were second-class citizens, and it was, you were just supposed to, put up with it. And she was like, I'm not gonna put up with it. And I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this book. But the two problems I had was, there was not a lot of description when it came to dialogue. She said a lot of times. And so the dialogue was not as descriptive as other writers that I have read and am reading recently. So that was a big throw off for me. I don't know. I've noticed when reading it on audio that she was saying said a lot. Like she said blah blah blah, and there wasn't a lot of description. And another thing was, at the end, and this isn't about the book itself, but it is about the author's note. She was talking about why she chose some of the words that she used. Like she used girl and lady, and she used more, what would be more condescending words today. But again, this story takes place in the 1800s. Women didn't even have the right to vote yet, because people thought, oh, well, they're gonna vote like their husbands anyway, so that's just BS. That's what people thought. And she was kind of apologizing to people. Oh, I used the word girl and young lady, and because, I'm not for that, but this is how it was in the time, kind of, so people don't get triggered. Are we really that triggered? This took place in a different time period, a way different time period, where women did not have rights and they were just supposed to put up with things. And she's like, don't worry, I'm still, she even said, I'm still a feminist, don't worry, pretty much, don't worry everyone. She actually used the term, feminist. But are people really getting that triggered by words now? That she has to apologize for the way some things were worded about a book or about a time period that was hundreds of years ago? To me, that's ridiculous, that she has to apologize kind of for the words that she's using in her book. But that's not about the book itself, that's about the author's note. And that's real nitpicky. So, other than that, this book was really, really good, and I would recommend it. And maybe I'll read her other book that she wrote and skip the author's note. So that's all I want to say about this book. And thank you so much for watching my videos, and thank you for all of the new subscribers. Bye, guys. Now, before I leave, I just want to say that my Patreon is now back on, and I have a little bit of a different type of content on that. So check out my Patreon, because that is up and running. And thank you so much for the new subscribers, and thank you for viewing this video, and please comment. Bye.